If there's one thing I've learned from making Toonfridge videos, it's Family Guy is a very polarizing show. A quick look at a Toonfridge comment section shows that a lot of people love Family Guy, and a lot of people seriously hate Family Guy. But one thing that can't be denied is Family Guy is a super successful series. One of the highest rated shows on Fox, and a staple of Fox's Sunday night lineup for years, Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy is clearly doing something right. But there was a time when things weren't looking too good for Family Guy. A time when the future of Family Guy was up in the air, and it looked like the show was finished forever. A couple of times, actually. Family Guy premiered on Fox in January 1999, in the best possible spot for any show on television to premiere, immediately after the Super Bowl aired on Fox. Family Guy would officially begin airing more episodes months later in April. The reviews were positive, and the ratings were great when sandwiched in between The Simpsons and The X-Files, at a time when both shows were at the height of their popularity. But unfortunately, this success didn't last long. Fox went on to shift Family Guy's time slot very often, and it ultimately set up the show for failure. Family Guy's second season premiered in September 1999 on Thursday nights, at the same time as NBC's Frasier. This was an era where NBC had a stranglehold on Thursday nights, with super popular shows like Frasier, Seinfeld, and Friends airing all night. Apparently, Fox had some faith in Family Guy since they put Family Guy up against this star-studded schedule, but Family Guy was still a newer show and couldn't compete, and scheduling a newer show against a cultural phenomenon like Frasier led to Family Guy suffering a major decline in ratings. So in the middle of the season, Fox made the decision to move Family Guy to Tuesday nights, but this was also a problem because now Family Guy was going head-to-head with ABC's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, at a time where this was the most popular game show in America. Family Guy once again suffered from low ratings, and at the end of the second season in May, Fox announced that Family Guy had officially been canceled. But fortunately for Seth MacFarlane and Family Guy, Fox hired Gail Berman as entertainment chief, and she quickly decided to reverse the decision and order more episodes of Family Guy. She said even though the show wasn't performing well, she thought it was very funny. She said her son actually found out at school that Family Guy was being canceled and was appalled that his mom had anything to do with it. She said her whole family was attacking her in hopes that she would bring the show back, and that's exactly what she did. So in July 2001, Family Guy was back with a third season, but once again in a horrible time slot. The toughest competition the show has ever had to face, it was going head-to-head with NBC's Friends. Friends was the most watched show of the 2001 television season, and it affected Family Guy's ratings. To make matters worse, CBS's hit reality show Survivor was airing at the same time, and it turned out to be a breakout hit. And once again, Fox decided the ratings drop was too much to handle and canceled Family Guy for a second time in 2002. Today, a lot of shows get canceled and then get brought back due to an outpouring of support on social media. But in 2002, social media wasn't nearly as big as it is today. So how did Family Guy end up getting another shot? DVDs and reruns. Cartoon Network acquired the rights to Family Guy and began airing reruns on Adult Swim. And Family Guy quickly became the highest rated show on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. The deal Family Guy had with Cartoon Network was very unique. Family Guy let Cartoon Network air its 50 episodes for free in exchange for Cartoon Network promoting the Family Guy DVDs. It was a gamble, and the gamble paid off. Family Guy's DVD sales were extremely successful, with their first DVD selling almost 3 million copies in 2003, and executives at Fox were taking notice. The now chairman of Fox, Dana Walden, and now president of Fox, Gary Newman, would go to their bosses almost every day and update them on the success of Family Guy's DVDs as well as the great Adult Swim ratings, and urge Fox to bring the show back. Gary Newman also wanted to bring it back because while visiting students at Yale University, when he asked if they had any questions, 20 hands shot up and every single student complained about Family Guy being canceled. So Dana and Gary bothered Fox about bringing the show back every chance they got. It got to the point where Gary was told straight up, if you bring up Family Guy one more time, I am going to have to fire you. But a few weeks later, Gary decided it was too important and he had to bring it up again. But this time he was told, if you're prepared to get fired over this, maybe we should consider it. Basically, they realized it must be very serious if Gary and Dana were willing to bring it up that much and even risk their jobs for it. And the success of Family Guy on Adult Swim, plus DVD sales, plus Dana and Gary putting the pressure on Fox, led to Family Guy being officially uncanceled by Fox in 2005. But this time, Fox decided to change the business model. They decided not to focus on ratings-driven advertising, but to instead make the bulk of their money around license fees from cable, DVD sales, and merchandise sales, including coffee table books, CDs, cell phone ringtones, and games. This was great news for Family Guy, since bad TV ratings were the reason for the first 2 cancellations, and now the show didn't need to worry about that as much. Family Guy was already a proven DVD sales success, so it was a guaranteed plan to work. The DVD market was booming around this time in general, with sales from TV shows on DVD topping $2.3 billion. TV ratings all across the board were slowly declining, and DVDs were becoming the new wave. TV networks were planning to use TV airings of shows more as a promotional tool to sell the DVDs, basically what Family Guy had already done on Adult Swim. But anyways, Family Guy was back, and the new business model turned out to be a success. Family Guy also was put in a much safer time slot, Sunday nights immediately following The Simpsons. And Family Guy has since been successful, not only in the ratings, but has sold a boatload of merchandise as expected, and is a staple of Fox's TV lineup over 20 years later. The success of Family Guy has led to Seth MacFarlane getting more cartoons like American Dad, The Cleveland Show, and a few more on the way. It's almost hard to imagine Family Guy getting canceled for not being popular enough, but at one point it was a very real reality. What's your favorite season of Family Guy? Sound off in the comments, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to Toonfridge for more cartoon content. Gracias for watching.